Have you ever noticed that your kid seems like a completely different child during summer? They're happier, they're sleeping better, they're more relaxed. The emotional ups and downs seem less intense. Maybe they're not complaining as much. Maybe they just seem more like themselves. And then school starts. And within a few weeks, things begin to shift. More stress, meltdowns, difficulty focusing, more sickness, exhaustion. So, what's exactly going on? And more importantly, what can parents do about it? Stay with me because I'm going to break this down in a way that might change how you think about your child's health. Now, I want to be clear about something. School is not the problem. Kids need school. It helps them learn, grow, make friends, develop. School is a good thing. But school does introduce more demands, earlier wake ups, more structure, expectations, social pressure, homework, sports, activities, less downtime. The demands increase, and when demands increase, the body has to adapt. That's the real issue. Not school itself, but how well your child handles everything school brings with it. So parents ask me, is school stressful? Yes, of course it is, but that's not actually the right question. The better question is, how well does my child adapt to stress? Because every child experiences stress. Every child has challenges, they go through changes, yet some kids seem to roll right through it, and some kids struggle. Why? What's the difference? It comes down to one word: adaptation. Think about exercise for a second. Exercise is stress. It challenges the body, but if your body adapts well, you get stronger, you recover, you build resilience. If your body doesn't adapt well, recovery takes longer. You feel run down. Things start showing up that shouldn't. Same principle applies to children and the demands of school. The goal is never to eliminate stress. You can't do that. And honestly, you wouldn't want to. The goal is to help your child handle what's coming and bounce back. And this is where the nervous system comes in. Now, I want to keep this simple. Your child's nervous system is the communication between the brain and the body. It's constantly taking in information from the world around, helping their body respond appropriately. Every classroom demand, social interaction, every change, every challenge, every expectation. The nervous system is helping your body process it, adapt to it, and respond to it. When that system is functioning well, kids generally handle those demands better. They bounce back quicker, they recover faster, they handle stress more effectively, and often seem more resilient overall. When that system becomes overwhelmed or stressed, those same demands become hard to manage. And that's often when parents start noticing signs. The child who holds on things throughout the day, the child who struggles with transition, the child who seems overwhelmed by things that didn't bother them before. It seems like they take long to recover from stressful situations, or it seems like the child who catches every bug that goes around the classroom. Those things aren't random, they're signals. And the question worth asking isn't, what do I do about the symptom? The better question is, why is my child's body struggling to adapt in the first place? That's one of the reasons why kids seem more like themselves or different people during the summer. Summer acts like a recovery season. They're sleeping more, they're outside, they're playing. Even if they're busy, the demands are different. There's less rushing, less academic pressure, less structure, less expectations, no alarm that's going off at 6:30. There's no homework to do, no 5 activities that are stacked on top of each other. And many kids, for the first time in months, finally get a chance to just recharge, which is exactly why parents tell me every summer, he seems like he gets so much better right now. Oh, she's so much calmer. She's sleeping. She's not getting sick every week. And I always ask them, what do you think changed? And almost every parent will say the same thing: nothing. It's just summer. And that's exactly the point. The child didn't suddenly become a different child. The demands changed. The pressure changed, the schedule changed, the amount of stress they had to adapt to changed. That's why the transition back to school can tell us so much. Not because school is bad, but because school increases the demands and reveals how well a child is able to adapt. Summer is the set, September is the test. So here's where most parents get stuck. You might already be seeing some of those signals, but knowing what you're seeing and knowing what to do about it are two different things. Most parents wait. They wait till sleep is completely disrupted. The meltdowns are happening every day. The teacher reaches out to them until the child is missing school again. And I understand that. Nobody wants to be overreactive. But by then, you're reacting. What if you could be proactive instead? What if there's a way to know, before the school year hits, how well your child's nervous system is actually adapting? Not based on how they seem on a good day, but objective information. That's exactly what we do here at Cedar Grove Family Chiropractic. When parents bring the child into our office, we don't guess. We measure. Using neurological scans, we can evaluate how the nervous system is functioning and adapting. Because if you're going to talk about the nervous system, we don't want to rely on assumptions. We want to rely on objective information. That's what the scan gives us. A window to how the nervous system is actually performing, not just how your child feels on a given day. And when you find these areas where the nervous system is showing signs of stress, our job is to address that so the body can regulate, adapt, and function more effectively. A lot of families bring their children in during the summer exactly for this reason. Not because something is wrong, because they want to know where the things stand before the demands of September hit. Sometimes parents tell me, that's just how my child is. Oh, they've always been this emotional. They've always been getting sick. They always struggle with transitions. And I hear that. Well, I want you to consider, if these challenges show up every single year, right around the time demands increase, maybe that's not just their personality. Maybe their body's telling you something about how it's adapting to stress. And that's a very different conversation. It opens up a very different set of options. If you've been wondering whether something's going on, there's a simple place to start. Call our office, 973-755-2194, or visit our website at cedargrovefamilychiro.com. We'll evaluate your child's nervous system and give you objective information about how they're actually adapting. Not guessing, not gut feeling, real information you can do something with. If any of this sounds like your child, don't wait until September. The demands aren't going away. School isn't going away. The question is simply this: how prepared is your child to handle them? I'm Dr. Jeff Burrowes at Cedar Grove Family Chiropractic in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.